Hello, everyone. Where we have representation on the Canada team. Taking that into consideration, I decided to get the thoughts of a couple of the parents whose sons are presently in the Canada squad. And the good side is that the parent was a member of the Canada team in Qatar and the squad, and he will also talk about, I met him there, so he will talk about what that was like going and what it is like going into this one.
Yeah, Dayne St Clair played in the Malvern League in the early days. Then we played in Roslord, then come back to TSSL, and from that, as Dayne was growing up, I started coaching, so the playing time get limited. So Dayne started at about 3 or 4 years old. He started with the Epiphany Church League. That was the only thing that taking kids that young. Then at 5, he moved to North Scarborough. We played with North Scarborough there under Ferdy Brown at the time. Then we moved to Pickering and start with Pickering Soccer Club at the age of 6. At times he was playing 2 years up. He was a more or less an all-round player. So
that's what I was now going to ask you. Was he a keeper from the onset?
Yeah, he played out because he was very good with his feet at the time. For a player that age, he had quite a bit of knowledge of the game, above more than the kids, his age. So he was able to, play a couple of years up. So when he was 6, he was actually playing with the U8s. He always want to goal keep, but at times, they neglect to put him in the goal because, depending on the team you have, the goalie mightn't get no work. And if you have a player who can play out that well, you let him play out. So he used to mix and match and, play a half in the goal and then, play out for a half. And from there, he about 9 or 10, they were going around for the district league, and he was playing out. And the coach I was coaching with at the time, he said, "You know what? We got to give him his shot in goal." So the last 10 minutes we gave him in goal, and they pick him over the other 2 goalies we had. So the winter time he would play in goal with the district team. Summertime he would play out most of the time unless the goalie don't show up. Then he would go in goal.
All right. So let me fast forward now. So what people waiting for now? Once they say Dayne St Clair, they're already kind of live and direct with what's happening right now going into the World Cup. So let me in his situation now, the squad it's going to be a little while before this squad is broken down. When did he reach that level of recognition where it looked like it was going to be national? What team was he in to come into the national or prior to getting the national call?
He was so after Pickering went to Ajax. From Ajax at about U15, he went to Vaughan, and but when they were 13, he made the provincial team, who with under Patrick Tobo and Jerry Pennant, the goalkeeper coach. And I think about the age 15, that's when he really started excelling. Moving up. He moved up as the #1 goalie on the provincial team, and that program only go to 16. So they start making the U18 national team, and from there they went to U20, and so on and so on. So he always had a foot in the door. He, more or less went through the ranks.
So he was national under 17 and under 20?
Well, yeah, he was with the team.
Okay.
Because at their age group, so they didn't, because at the U17, because he is on the odd year, they wanted, so they would pick most of the players who are really 17 already, where he's 16, so they would pick the 17-year-old goalkeeper at that time, right? So they won the, what you call the off year, because everything was every 2 years, right? So, but he made while he was in college, he made the U20 team.
So, well, now that I guess the public are aware that he's on the squad right now, the national squad right now. Just a recapping, I mean, I saw you in the supermarket in Qatar. How was that experience for him? Well, I guess that one I'll save for him, but what I wanted to ask is, as the parent now, what does it take? Was there a financial burden? Because there's a lot of little issues with these when you reach a certain stage, going through the whole progression in the early days. Has it changed, or is it still a challenge financially?
I would say change now, because now he can pay his way.
Okay.
Even mine, probably.
Okay.
In the early stages, whereas where a lot of places you get things paid for. When we go through the provincial system here, most of the stuff you have to pay. If you go on a trip, they go do. I remember they did 3. For the 3 years they did 3 European trip. You had to pay for those trips. Right, I mean, wouldn't change, because I think they gained great experience from those trips,
So in those trips, you could have seen that, he had the potential to be where he is right now.
Exactly. So you wanted them to have that experience. You wanted them to, you wanted them to play at the highest level. So let them go where the soccer's play at the highest level and get that experience, see how it's,
So, okay, and the World Cup experience, I've seen that you were there and we were there in Qatar. What was Qatar for you? Was that your first World Cup?
For me, it was a great experience. It was my first World Cup. I had an opportunity to do Germany, but unfortunately couldn't get a vacation at the time. So that didn't happen.
Hey, hold on. That Germany, you're sticking that Germany thing when I asked about Qatar, but I saw your son did a little podcast with the Canada Soccer. They was asking him, well, who's the team they would like to play or whatever. So I guess he know about your disappointment.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, but you always follow that. I mean, back then, Canada wasn't really doing well, to say they were on the map, and I mean, in his early years, they always follow Trinidad or whosoever, you'd pick a team, you'd follow the Brazil or whereas now it's different. Once you're there and you're making a difference, you have a chance to make a difference.
So the Qatar was seeing that was your first one now, seeing that you missed Germany 2006. You went to all the games, Canada games, I suspect.
Yes, I went to all the
okay. What impressed you and what was your disappointment?
I mean, start off very, very good. I mean, I was, you were proud to wear that shirt in the crowd with the performance we had against Belgium that first game. I mean, we looked like we can qualify out of the group after that game. Unfortunately, things went south after that. Downhill for us after that. But
you remember the Morocco game?
I remember the Morocco game, yep.
So what do you think about going into 2026 now? You think the public here in Canada prepared for this thing? Are they going to be overwhelmed? You have any fears that they're not going to step up like the atmosphere in Qatar, or what's the story?
Well, depending on the team, that's the only fear. Depending on who qualify in March, we could have that fear if the Italians qualify, right? And because as you see in Qatar when we played Morocco, and they start with a whistle, and the whole stadium was basically Moroccans fan.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you play at home, you want to have the fans on your side. You want them to be that 12th man on the pitch, right? You want that support from your fans, right? So the only worry is that it's gonna be
But again, like in Qatar, you still have 2 games, and this format is also the best third place is advancing. But your choice of schedule is not going to be favorable.
Yes, exactly. So you want to win that first game coming out, that opening game. When you step on that pitch, all the fans, everybody, especially it being in Toronto, you want to win that first game.
So, what you think about the second game?
Well, the second one, you win the first game. You have that hunger now. You ain't playing in panic, right?
Yeah.
You're playing.
But let's open it as you draw the first game.
A draw is not a bad thing. So you still, you can still win the group.
Right.
So
and you lose,
goal, right?
or you lose the first game. With I think it's Qatar next.
No need to panic, but you have to win that second game. You're going into that second game knowing you have to win it. All right. So
I think as I've been calling it for a while now, and that's a must win. It's the same thing I said to Dwight when I went down for the Curacao game, the first game. These are the things, being around a while, regardless of what happened in the first game. And I think Canada, no matter who it is, could win the first game. Because when you look at the Belgium game, I don't see Italy, even if it's Italy. We can put Italy. Even if it's Italy, the main idea Italy is in playoff. We can't get all carried on with a name, because it's the same that Canada has been doing in CONCACAF, whether it be Mexico, whether it be whatever. The USA used to have their number, you could see what they did in the Copa, reaching the semi-final. So I'm not too concerned with that. I think Marsh is doing the job though. Dayne is healthy and ready to go.
Yeah, they're training right now in Miami, so you want to start off. They have a busy off season ahead of them. There are quite a few games scheduled, South American tour.
So how that happened?
Well, he was a free agent, and they come calling, so he answered the call.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing, my brother. Because trust me, Messi get the last sign off on that.
Oh yeah.
and let me put it this way now, based on the communication. I guess the left foot does work a little wonders.
yes.
Because that's a very noticeable thing with Dayne.
Yes.
In the beginning, what he has learned though, in the beginning, I think because he had that energy, he wanted to go long. I felt in the beginning when I started seeing him, he wanted to do goal kicks too much.
Cool. Yeah.
Right? Because I think he liked that hump. Right?
Yeah, because I talked to him about that as well, and one of the things, in Minnesota, that's how the coach wanted him to play, right? So it's like, instead of they build from the back, and you go according to how you see the game, but the coach wanted everything, over the top, hit it as long as you can, right? And, and we started playing, in the middle, either in the middle or the attacking third.
Yeah.
Right. Instead of building from the back and move the ball. So it wasn't always his. That's how they wanted to play. Of which I know Mash, plays different.
Something that was very noticeable. But now he's in Miami. You know?
They want their possession, you know. Yeah, they're going to play possession ball.
Yeah. I guess it's a proud moment. So when you see your son out there, you know, performing, I guess it's gratifying and satisfying to know that whatever time you went through with under 16 and all that, it was worth it, eh?
Oh yeah, most definitely. You know, all the travels, the long distance travel, wheresoever, you know, you took him to play. You look back and say, you know what, you know, it made him who he is today, you know, and it was well worth it.
I mean, that's good. So, well, Wayne, I want to thank you for getting me this kind of information. So, take care and thanks.
Easy. Later.
All right.